Time now for the Peter Channel morning news on this Monday morning, November 28th, 2016. Get on!
Yeah.
Good morning to you all on this lovely Monday morning, November 28th, 2016. I'm Peter Wiggins alongside Robert Stevens.
Before he goes to work, and
it's 8 a.m. and it's time now for the morning headlines. Here at top story at a.m. is the Redmonds Clinton campaign run to laugh on Sunday. Their Twitter feeds boiled over with frustration as President-elect Donald Trump falsely claimed that bills and illegal immigrants have tipped the popular vote in their favor. Miami Isabel Prio was born in Miami as 20 an hour. Junior Boston College fully expects to return to Cuba someday and help shape the island's future. Anyone planning to trade the outcome of this week's OPEC meeting might consider the lessons of the group's last production cut. Is Cyber Monday's sales look frenzy losing seem to early online deals? Paul Nuttall has been elected leader of the UK Independence Party, replacing Nigel Farage, but what we know about him is Nuttall isn't angry with mainstream politicians who think they have a monopoly on truth. Private Syrian government forces and their allies captured another major eastern Aleppo neighborhood and several symbols. Lord areas Monday put in much of the northern part of Aleppo's besieged rebel held areas that the government controlled for the first time. The Prime Minister is hosting a summit with a Polish counterpart as the two countries discuss military cooperation and concerns over Russia's activities. Also, one by one, hundreds of Mosul residents raised their shirts in the pavilion that they did not have suicide bombs strapped to their bodies, closely watched by Iraqi special forces fearful of the threat posed by Islamic State in even areas. After a long time, Cuban leader Fidel Castro died on Friday. One question is every mind. What's next? Mark Mago said that Castro's passive and acceptable Cuba's more capitalist-friendly rebranded here. But the Italian count says the country's economic Beijing, Manila police on Monday fears a suspected in Popeye's explosive device found in the trash bin due to the U.S. Embassy linked into terrorism. North Dakota Sheriff Defense Police responds to problem protesters. Law enforcement stood atop Turtle Hill and Cannonball Ranch as protesters stood at the base. President Donald Trump treated as streamer thus far. Baseless claim of voter fraud Sunday indicated that Hillary Clinton's campaign involvement in the election recount was hypocritical. Charleston, South Carolina, jury selected as again. Brazil with a Monday a federal case of a white man on trial for failing to deny black pushers at a Charleston church last year. Washington top Donald Trump advisor warned that the president-elect supporters would be feel betrayed to be the top former Massachusetts Governor Mitt Romney as a Secretary of State. Aleppo, Syria. Government sources said Syria has retaken one-third of Aleppo that was controlled by rebels while civilians have fled to surrounding cities while retaken. El Paso, Texas. Teenager received $25 and gifts for the barbers have spent it on either repairs of Nike and socks to do the elementary school. In Fall River, Massachusetts, state police say 3 adults and 2 children were hospitalized after the vehicle crashed into a tree in Fall River over the weekend. The Herald News reported that Trooper Tesla Finch said the crash happened on Route 24 South, unwrapped by the 2-minute Rhode Island line, showing before 5 p.m. Sunday. Finch had the 7-year-old to the bed. The driver of the car suffered cuts and bruises after the tree went through his windshield. His injuries are considered serious. Boston, same police about a 50-year-old China man who had died after his car plunged up Interstate 93 past and struck another vehicle on the road below. Take a look at business news. Oil cents dollar bond yields. Get it because of the oil slippage. U.S. and global economic growth would be boosted by increase in the spending and tax cuts promised by President Donald Trump. In those cases would be lost to be president with a threatened tariff increase that trigger retaliation. Zimbabwe introduced bond notes to these cash crunch. Standard Chartered PLC is getting about 10% of the dividends corporate into the division department. Plan announced last year to eliminate 50,000 jobs in the improved probably the Asian-focused bank according to the person. Stavanger, Norway. Consent is given to the energy company Statoil to start drilling the appraisal well in the Johan oil field in the North Sea, the Norwegian government said. Moscow. Russian oil producer gas pipe deficit was started to see trials on a vessel meant to support oil work according to spill response to the extreme Arctic climate. London. British energy company BBC was strengthening its position in Egypt's oil and gas market by buying a minority stake in an offshore natural gas field. Moscow. 6 years after resolving the border dispute in the Barents Sea, a Russian minister said he was scheduled to meet in the nozzle to discuss oil and gas work with Norway. Looking at the stocks now, we'll start today up 68.96 points at 152.14, SP5 up 63 points at 213.35, NASDAQ up 18.24 points at 5,398.92. Yep. Proposal for the future of the NASA crewed space exploration efforts issued closer to the deep space exploration event endorsed by the Centers for Space Exploration as well as Aerospace Industries Association. Presents a proposal to new experiment test area that said was found about the speed of the light being considered the foundation of which the modern physics is based. The largest human crabs cannot help but attract speculation and curiosity into specific creatures have been lain, deviously for skimming it off the Earth's bones. Single-based lab scientists said that this directed evolution technique can open the door to new and future discoveries. Roosevelt Donald Trump became the top of the great debate this week after the famed comedian sent a message about President Donald Trump's son, Barron. In a week since California's voted to legalize marijuana use for recreational use, the votes have been reading intensely into the fall. Walk-in patients better pick them with 420 mid-evaluations of mid-time sector clinics specialized in medicinal. One of the biggest unknowns about the zinc virus extended damage that caused during pregnancy, much to the early life, focused on babies born with abnormally small heads enough to develop brains. Parasites, severe strain H5N8 bird flu has hit several countries of Europe related to call thousands of poultry and detected wild 20 wild ducks in Northern France over the weekend, the Farm Ministry said Monday. Peter Cheldusheim is now 8:05 on this
Last New England incident alert.
Monday morning. As last New England incident report is
Eastern of Bellingham and Chelsea. Car versus bus with fire.
And bus leak diesel fluid is terminated in which question hazardous to the scene and bus was only occupied. And now, under the sports at 8:06, the New England Patriots scored a 9-2 season with a 22-17 win over the New York Jets, and the Boston Bruins defeat the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Garden for the win to snap their 3-game skid.
Yes.
And the Celtics will be in Miami tonight, taking on Miami game time, 7:30 p.m. The Denver the Kansas City Chiefs are not always easy, as it's hard sometimes to even kill them to respond to collective grit that has propelled them to forcing that over the past 32 months. Since Justin Houston, Tyreek Hill powered the Chiefs to a 30 twice in overtime win over the Denver Broncos in Denver. New York Jets quarterback gets ripped by side zone coverage. Boston Red Sox Trey Williams, Bobby Evans, and talked to Pebble Cinnabar, Jets potential report. And rebound has been a weakness of the Boston Celtics all season. As they should have popped up again. The team's lost against the San Antonio Spurs on Friday. Peter Cheldusheim is there. 8:07 on this Monday morning. Back to work, back to school. It's time out for Travis returns to the port. Baby! Let's stop here in when you want to join the experience of modern lanes to the single pump of the Oak Grove. Red Eye experience of modern lanes to the single pump of the LY. And on the commuter rail, Fairmont train 753 10 17 from South Station off at 550 minutes late between Evans Quarter Reedville. And middle of train 008 728 inbound is off at 10 50 minutes late B8 Street. Kept held South Station due to early mechanical issue. And out on ferries, they are looking good. Okay, look at some highways and byways of the 6-state New England region on this Monday morning. Back to work, back to school. 95 southbound ties back to the Bridgeport down to Greenwich. Merritt Parkway eastbound side slow to the Bridgeport stretch. Westbound Merritt Parkway back to the Bridgeport down to Sanford. 84 westbound side it is back to the Newtown stretch. 84 eastbound back to the Waterbury. 95 the northbound side back to the west end of New Haven. 91 on the southbound side it is back up around New Haven. Route 8 the southbound side Lawson down to Tech. 91 on the northbound side it is back to 691 to Route 9 in Middletown. Route 9 in both ends back to the Middletown stretch. 91 on the northbound side back to the Middletown. Down downtown Hartford, Connecticut. 91 on the southbound side is back to 291 to Interstate 84 Hartford, Connecticut. 84 eastbound side back to from Newport to the Hartford, Connecticut. 84 westbound side is back to the Hartford, Connecticut. 91 on the north 391 on the southbound side of Lowell Route 91 Chicopee. 91 on the northbound side is back to 57 to 291 in Springfield. 291 on the northbound side is back to the Springfield stretch. Out in Central Massachusetts, 191 northbound side is back to Route 140 West Boylston. 190 southbound side is back to 290 out in Worcester, Massachusetts. 290 out eastbound side is back up from 146 to Route 9 in Worcester, and 146 to the northbound side back to the Millbury stretch. Out in Rhode Island, 99 on northbound side is back to 126 to Route 122 in Lincoln, Woonsocket. 146 southbound side is back up over 146A to Route 99. 99 on 146 northbound is back to Route 99 out in Lincoln, Rhode Island. 146 southbound side up at 1595. 95 southbound side back to protecting the downtown Providence. 95 to the northbound side back to 37 Wark to downtown Providence. 185 westbound side back to Seacock to downtown Providence. 295 to southbound side back to Route 6 in Justin, Route 14 in Crescent. 295 to northbound side back to 37 in Crescent all the way out to Johnston. 195 westbound side back to Seacock to downtown Providence. 24 southbound side back to Route 79 to Freetown. 24 to northbound side back to Route 140 in Taunton around the Silver City Gallery Mall area. 295 both ends is back to Route 95 in Attleboro. 95 to the northbound side it is backed up from 285 in Attleboro after Route 485 out in Foxborough. Looking at the Cape Highways. 6 of the eastbound side is backed up after Route 134 in South Dennis. 20 on the northbound side it is backed up around the border Rotary. Born bridge to the southbound side, it's a little slower than board bridge, but everything is clear in the gate. Fair. 95 at the northbound side, it is backed up from Canton all the way to Route 128. 24 at the northbound side, backed up from 129. So all the way to Route 128, Canton. Route 3 at the northbound side, it is backed up to Higgins through Bay Street split. 495 at the northbound side, it is backed up from 85 Honkton all the way after Route 9 at the in Westboro and 120 southbound side. It is backed up from 130 Canton over to Bay Street split 120 to the northbound side. It is backed up around Randolph. Southern Expressway, both ends is backed up from Mass South all the way to the Bay Street split 120 to the northbound side. It is back to Route 1 and Norwood all the way at Route 20 Waltham. Mass Park eastbound side, back to Route 9 and Fairmont all the way to the Austin Branch Tolls. Mass Park westbound side, it is back to the Newton Quarter. Mass Park eastbound side, it is backed up all the way out to the South Expressway. Mass Park westbound side is backed up from East Boston to South Boston. 495 on the southbound side, back to Route 117 in Stowhead, or 290 Marlboro, 290 eastbound side, back around Route 495 in Marlboro. Route 2 in the eastbound side, it is backed up from 60 in Belmont all the way at the Fresh Pond Parkway in Cambridge. Route 1 on the southbound side, back to 16 in Revere down to Zakenbridge. 93 on the southbound side, it is backed up from 120 Redden all the way to Zakenbridge. 193 on the northbound side, back to around Route 128 in Redden. 128 on the southbound side, it is back to Route 4 Lexington all the way at to Waltham. 128 on the southbound side, back to 20 Redden all the way at Route 3 in Burlington. 128 in the northbound side, back to the Wakefield stretch. Route 3 southbound side, back to 495 Lowell down to Billerica and hit a spin around Route 120 Burlington and 495 both ends are back to around Lowell stretch. 495 on the southbound side, it is backed up around 114 in Lawrence all the way at Route 93 out in Andover. 93 to the southbound side, backed up to 230 Methuen, 213 in westbound back to around the Methuen stretch. And it's 7 New Hampshire. Everett Turnback southbound side, back to Manchester, New Hampshire. 93 southbound side, back to 293 all the way out to Derry, New Hampshire. Route 101 in the eastbound side, back around Route 95 out in Hampton. Spotted Turnback southbound side, back up around that. Route 4 in Durham, New Hampshire. Highways and byways up. Maine and Vermont looking good, except Interstate 8991 and southbound side, back up after the Canadian border up in Vermont. Interstate 87 southbound side, a little slow, and Route 11 up in Champlain, New York after the Canadian border. And in Albany and vicinity, New York State 3 is backed up from 890 all the way after Route 20 in Schenectady. 890 on the eastbound side, it is back to Route 3 in Schenectady. Interstate 87 southbound side, back up from 146 all the way after Route 7 in Troy. Peter Chell News Time is 8:12 on this Monday morning. Back to work, back to school, and it is time now for a weather report.
Yeah.
Looking at the weather, taking a look at radar, and it's all blank now. And now for today, sun's got about 46 degrees. Northwest about 3 to 7 miles an hour. For today, increase got about 30 degrees. Light variable wind. For Tuesday, rain may after 11 a.m. Punch bug afternoon. 153 degrees at Cowboy Kevin, southeast about 5 to 9 miles an hour. In the morning, chest rate is 9%. New Brisbane between a quarter and an inch possible. Tonight, rain like maybe before midnight. Punch bug before 10 p.m. Otherwise, mostly clouds get about 44 degrees at supper about 5 to 7 miles an hour. Kevin Cup after midnight, chest rate is 6%. New Brisbane between a quarter and an inch possible for Wednesday, rain like after 3 p.m. Mostly clouds get about 54 degrees at northwest about 5 to 7 miles an hour. Kevin East in the afternoon, chest rate is 6%. Weather that rain like maybe before 4 a.m. Clouds got about 48 degrees at chest rate is 30%. Thursday, Putty Saturday podcast about 57 about 35 degrees. Friday, most Saturday podcast about 49 about 33 degrees. Saturday, most Saturday podcast about 44 about 29 degrees. And for Sunday, most Saturday about 43 degrees. In Taunton, it's fair skies at 27 degrees, humidity at 92%. And in Knockdeer, it is fair skies, and we have a temperature of 30 degrees, with humidity of 97%. And Mansfield's got 32. And that's going to be it for the Peter Channel Morning News on this November 28, 2016 day. Monday morning, Peter's last night. Right, I hope you have a good morning. I hope you have a good day. And I'll see you for Newton Time Report. I hope you have a good morning. Good.